All right, folks, let's change gears just for a little bit. Joining me now is Mollie Hemingway, editor-in-chief at The Federalist, also Fox News contributor. We may see Charlie Hurd, or we may not. I'm perfectly happy to talk to Mollie for about the next 20 minutes. It's not a problem at all. Mollie, I want to get off the war issue just for a moment. I want to talk about something Elon Musk said today or yesterday, or he tweeted on Twitter, now X, where he said DEI must die, but he blamed corporations for DEI. Okay, that's fine. A lot of them are woke and so forth. But I'm putting the blame on universities and colleges, and Harvard hates America. And why is it that they are completely tax-free? They don't pay any taxes for the hedge funds they're running, AKA their endowments, and their donors who donate to the endowment get that as a tax write-off. They don't pay any taxes either. So if I want to get rid of DEI, and I want to get rid of anti-Semitism, and I want to try to make Harvard measure up, Penn, MIT, all these schools, you know, I can't promise you anything, but I can make it more expensive for them to do stupid things, Mollie. What do you think?
Well, it's absolutely true that the right needs to learn how to engage in politics and use power in the same way that the left has. So the left has done a great job of taking over every institution, hollowing it out, wearing it like a skin suit, and destroying it. So the academy was very good at training and educating people, and now it's very bad. And it has become this means people sort of education, grow to hate their families, grow to hate their country, and they spread these very dangerous ideas like DEI. I loved that you shared that Elon Musk tweet there, but he says, the point of DEI was to end discrimination, not continue it. It's not actually true. I mean, it's built into the founding is that it was about discrimination, about being identity-based, and I'm really glad we're seeing what damage is caused by DEI now. They should have known it from the beginning. It shouldn't have taken the anti-Semitism to flower, at every campus nationwide to see it. But yes, people absolutely need to start demanding more of universities and start making it hurt for the damage that they're causing to the country. You can't just stand passively by and allow them to destroy a great country and say, oh, there's nothing we can do.
We talked about this last night briefly, and I know that economics is not your forte, but you know a thing or two. Right now, these fancy schools that are sitting on all this money, they basically don't pay any taxes, Mollie. I mean, there's a 1.4% tax rate on their entire endowment income. Okay, and some of these endowments are like $40–50 billion. Okay, in fact, Harvard, Penn, MIT together is just short of $100 billion. You and I pay dividend taxes. You and I pay capital gains taxes if we sell. They don't. They don't. And in fact, Bob Lighthizer, who was Trump's trade rep and a dear friend of mine, he texted me last night and he said he agrees they should start paying taxes. Senator J.D. Vance wants to go up to 35%, but don't let the donors, give grants or make contributions and deduct all of it, because they're just enabling the schools to continue their crazy, and of course you have the second cover-up that Claudine Gay was, shall we say, copying other people's homework. So this story just gets worse and worse. I just want them to pay for it. They want to do crazy, stupid things, fine. I want them to at least pay for it, and maybe we can use the money elsewhere for good purpose.
Yeah, and you also have the issue where, due to federal policy, so much of what's happening with the rampant increases in the cost of education is directly related to how federal taxpayers have kind of been subsidizing increases in those things. A lot of these universities are taking in so much federal money and working as a pass-through that way. Not the college that I'm associated with, Hillsdale College, which does not take any federal funding.
Right.
But so many others do, and it has caused, just caused a major problem nationwide with out-of-control tuition while they're sitting on massive endowments that are so protected. Yes.
So, Mollie, slightly different subject. Wall Street Journal editorial today acknowledging that in the Wall Street Journal poll, Donald Trump is now beating the argument, arguably the best argument against him, that he couldn't beat Biden, but he's now beating Biden. He's beating him nationally. He's beating him regionally. He's beating him every which way. But the Journal editorial page is talking about how Nikki Haley beats Biden by a much larger percentage than Trump beats Biden, even though Trump never beat Biden before in the polls. What do you make of that? Is that a legitimate? You think Nikki Haley would really run 17 points ahead of Joe Biden?
Well, the biggest reason why she wouldn't run 17 points ahead of Joe is that she would not win the Republican nomination. Her view is very much in line with sort of Republican or establishment Republican thinking, whether it's a return to Bush-era foreign policy or sort of some of that weakness on these big social issues. So she's not going to win the Republican nomination, so she's not going to be running again. But it's also true that I think she benefits from a low name ID.
Yeah.
Both Trump and Biden, they supporters, but they also have a lot of people who don't want them running. And so when you put a name out like Nikki Haley, people don't really know who she is, and so she sort of polls better than she would in a real situation where you'd have corporate media going to war against her.
I got it. Mollie Hemingway, the Federalist. Lovely to talk to you. We'll
Yes.
talk to Charlie Hurd another time. You know.
Great.
Happy season's greetings, Mollie. Terrific stuff.
You too.
We appreciate it.